international management experience. You managed the worst international team in the world.
Well, we didn't like to be called that. I think that's...
But were you the worst international team in the world?
Yes.
Yeah.
But not when I finished with them.
You've written a book. You've written a book called Pohnpei, and
yes,
the country is Pohnpei. There it is. How did it start? How did you end up managing?
The same way anyone ends up managing Micronesian football team. Really, I wanted to play for England. I wasn't getting the chances I felt I deserved in the England setup, so I
Neither of us think it's a family shame.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, you see how quickly he puts a suit on, but no, I basically went looking for a team that I could play for if I was from that country, and that led me to Pohnpei,
which is where?
Which is in the middle of nowhere, really, middle of the Central Pacific. If you're familiar with Guam, it's just south of there.
So it's not somewhere you sort of chance upon, is it? You weren't just passing, were you?
No, it's more like 26 hours of flying and some tough times in Manila Airport. But yeah, that was how it came about.
What was your aim at the time? To play for them?
Initially, it was to play for them.
So to qualify for another country?
To play, but that actually went out the window quite quickly when it turned out I would have had to marry a Pohnpeian woman, learn the language, and live there for 5 years. I think
that... Your playing days would be gone after 5 years, I think.
Exactly, that's what I thought. I just thought I wouldn't have that yard of pace by that time. I hadn't gone that far to sit on the bench, you know.
So they didn't have a manager, they didn't have a coach, a manager.
No.
Was there an actual position that was advertised, or did you
there
phone
wasn't
up and say, I'd like, can I please take charge of this country team?
Sent an email.
Okay.
And always works.
Read that someone, apparently.
Yeah, sent an email and didn't expect to hear anything back, and received an email back from the head of their FA saying, I'd love to help, but I've just moved to London. At which point we thought, this is a prank. Met up with the guy in London, and he said, well, there's no coach. The only man who kind of passed as a coach is this guy who called himself the Chicken Man and would run around the pitch squawking. So I went over thinking...
Tactically naive.
At that level, you can't be doing that.
I was thinking that.
That will cost you.
I thought I had the edge on him there.
Okay. We've got some highlights, actually. Should we have a look at... Let's have a look at you in Pohnpei.
This is really interesting.
This is not quite the turnout we thought, but... Technically it is one man, but I think he has an England shirt on. That's not really regulation.
Did a week begging with the most powerful man in sport of football.
They put the goals up for us. Put them up, put them up. That's progress.
Was the real potential now. You're sexy.
Hey, Tui, how'd the game go for you?
Oh, wow. Tough one.
Because when you got there, you just lost, just before you arrived, they just lost 16-1 to Guam.
Well, yeah.
It's a hard place to get results.
It's a hard place to get results. For long periods, it was 1-1 as well. People don't remember that.
But then it goes to 9-1, the heads go down a bit.
It's true.
And were you surprised when you got there? We've got some pictures. The International Stadium. There it is, yeah. Did that affect the style of play? Did you think we've got to play a more direct sort of football?
We actually played beautiful football. A lot of people said it was like Barcelona. Genuinely, I don't like comparison. I prefer to think of us as kind of a bit closer to Bristol City in style. But I made us play passing football, regardless of conditions. The pitch was always flooded, but I would not have anything but passing football.
And obviously, you know, when you take an international job, a lot of stuff in the media. Mark, how did you find having one of your family, in that kind of situation?
Yeah, people don't always think about what it's like for us. Everyone's all like, oh, great, your brother's Micronesian manager, but it was very tough. The whole family suffered. I had to go on a series of panel shows to clear my name. It was tough. We all felt it, because it's like you're in the station or something, or wherever you are, people talk about what's going on in Micronesian football. So everyone's got to pick. Everyone thinks they can pick the Pohnpei team. People's
troublesome left-sided midfielder.
Exactly. Hassling on the tube, going, why doesn't your brother pick so-and-so on the left wing and all that kind of thing? Yeah. They felt there were too many fishermen in the team. I had to tell them that was all he had to shoot. These sort of arguments plagued my life. So, but this is what you get when you've got a brother that's in the international spotlight.
And Paul, what was the team like when you got there? Was it just a cobbled together selection of...
They were an odd bunch, actually. there were some really talented players. Jokes aside, there were some very skillful players. What they'd just never done is actually played organised, serious, competitive football. So
But what qualified you to bring that organisation
I knew
to
the offside rule. Genuinely though, I mean, I knew I'd been playing kind of semi-professional football, and so I did know kind of how to coach a team vaguely just from having been coached for years. So that already put me head and shoulders above the chicken man.
Did they have it? Did they have 11 players who could all kick it?
Oh yeah, I mean, it was more that there was no idea of how a game of football should look, so people would dribble for about 85 yards, tackle with their heads, skidding head first into each other. I mean, I just phased that out. Yeah, I didn't take it out entirely. I think sometimes that was very useful. Yeah. A good sliding head tackle can be a real asset.
Yeah, but they changed the rules now. You're not meant to go with your head. It's like the two-footed thing. You don't know where you are with the game.
Yeah.
And so how have you don't do it anymore?
I don't know. It was 18 months pretty much. Myself and also Matthew Conrad, who you saw on the video, the guy with the ponytail. And we coached the team, built a team up, and then tried to take them on tour to Guam to try and avenge our 16-1 defeat. And eventually we got a sponsor who made this kind of beautiful kit, Korean Airways, and they gave us these lovely kits. Yes, although they're cargo, so.
Whenever I send cargo, yeah, I always use them.
So how have you left them? Have you left them?
What
left
happened
them
was,
with the team and the structure?
yes, we went to Guam. We built a league first of all. From the league, we picked a team. We trained for about 9 months, quite solidly, about five times a week. Included kind of gym sessions. Built a really decent team. Went over to Guam and won a game, 7-1.
I was just going to say, you know, there are a couple of jobs available now. We've got the graphic here, yeah. You could either manage Spurs or Leeds. Which do you fancy?
I would probably go with the Spurs job just because Matt, who I went out there with, is a Spurs fan. So I think I'd systematically dismantle this fantastic side just to kind of spy ahead. I've been kind of linked a lot with the England Post recently, but
this is what was awkward when you were saying about it, because the elephant in the room is that Paul's probably going to get it.
I've been told not to say anything by my agent about that at the moment, but like Harry, I'm not at all interested unless the sums of money go up vastly, in which case I'm very interested.
I've taken myself out of contention like Pardew. I don't want to get in his way.
Well, good luck with that. Good luck with the book. Good luck with managing England then. And Martin, thanks for coming. I really appreciate it.
It is Paul,